printer. There are different ones that are made from kits, so if you're a designer, you love to tinker, you have to get the parts and assemble it yourself and go through that few months process, learning about 3D printing, and by the end of it you will have a working printer, but it takes a long time to calibrate. But if that's what you'd like to do, then that's it. This is our printer. Actually, this printer we produce in 2 parts. We produce it mainly in China, but our second manufacturing is actually here in Varna. And that's our aim, is that all this was printed on a small printer like that. Then you've got other size printers. But basically what I wanted to show you is, very simply in a GIF format, this is how a 3D printer works, okay? So basically, if you can imagine an orange, and you cut up that orange into layers, okay? Simply, that's all you're doing in the G-code. You're taking a model, which is the STL format. You're putting it into a slicer software. And the slicer software just cuts it up into layers. So imagine a chocolate syringe, okay, for a cake. And then drawing a circle on a piece of paper, letting that cool down for 10 seconds, and then draw a circle on top of that circle, and repeat that process over and over again. What you will have done is 3D printed a cylinder, okay? It's very, very straightforward and simple process like that. And the more you realize how simple it is, the less intimidating 3D printing is. And the great thing about 3D printing also, actually, is that it can be comparable to another process of manufacturing, what we call CNC, okay? So there's CNC milling, CNC engraving, CNC cutters. The problem with that method of manufacturing is, what you do is you get a large block of material, whether it's metal, whether that's wood, no matter what material. And the process you use, the machine, is called CNC, Computer Numerical Control, okay? And that takes the same G-code format that that a 3D printer does. But what it does is, instead of 3D printing, which is also called additive manufacturing, you're adding material layer by layer, CNC is subtractive manufacturing. So what you do is you get a large cube like this, you put it into the CNC machine, and what it does is it carves out the object that you're trying to achieve, leaving quite a lot of waste, okay? The great thing about the material is, or 3D printing is, the material is the waste, okay? And you feed that into the 3D printer, and it produces the object, leaving very little to almost no waste, all right? There are many, many different technologies in 3D printing. So, you know, some of them you might have heard on the news. They're basically FDM, SLA, stereolithography. They use different processes, but they're all the same thing. They're all 3D printing, building the